McGill of Lifespeed. James, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it, man. How you doing?
I'm
Nice
good. This is remote, I think, number 4 or 5. I forget already. We all forget these things now.
so long since I think people have seen each other.
Yeah. Well, let's do a little toast. There we go. We tried it in our pregame. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful.
What are you drinking there?
I am drinking a Modelo dark, semi-dark. What are you drinking there?
And Kendall Jackson Chardonnay.
Oh, very nice. I almost brought up. I got a dog in here. I almost just knocked something over. I almost brought a Chardonnay up. I should have. So the last time I saw you was at Bar A recently, and it was fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah. So, I mean, during this whole social distancing thing, I don't think anybody knows what to do or what's going on. I mean, for me, I do a lot of different things. I wear a lot of different hats. Lifespeed, and then I do a lot of different things with McGill and Company, which is my thing. I do duos with several different drummers and percussionists, and I have a trio which consists of some of the people in Lifespeed, some without.
Okay.
Mix and match, the players for the situations.
Right.
And it's really cool because every guy that I use brings something different and unique to the situation, even though it is cover music. But still,
right.
They have
well, look, there's an art to cover music, right? I mean,
I guess.
I think there is.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely like interpretations of how people do it and stuff, if that's what you mean, something like that, if you are calling that art and everything. But go ahead. My son has to grab something.
Oh, this is the great world. So you've got your son has to grab something. I've got a puppy I've had for a day who's crapping all over my house right now. So it's all the same.
Puppy's name?
His name is Bo, but my son spelled it B-A-U-X.
Oh, fancy.
Very fancy. Well, he's a Tulane kid, and so is his sister. So they want a little French thing.
All right.
So he'll make an appearance.
Yeah, I know I'm all over the place, but yes. So my booking agent, Mike Arbini from 107, was talking to Tom Janarone, the owner of Bar A, and they want to do something to raise money for the EMTs, and everybody's like, they didn't know what to, they were supposed to be, they wanted to do the spring bash was supposed to be on that day, the Bar A.
Right, yeah.
It's like 10 bands, and it's always a great time. It's like their kickoff to the and Ryan Willey from New Jersey Audiovisual and Nelty Films, I think it is, they all set this whole production up, and we were asked to do it, and we're like, absolutely. We did the Tuesday nights for so many years as Lifespeed, and man, I mean, it was the first, we haven't played together in a month, but it was just really, they just went over the top with the production and everything. I was like, I can't thank those guys enough for doing what they did, and we raised some money for the cause. And it was a great day, and Tom and Tim O'Neill from Bar A were really gracious and helpful, and it was just a team effort everywhere.
Well, I got to tell you, I watched it, and it had electricity. There were, I think, on average, over 500 people always watching, which is amazing for a virtual event like that, maybe even more.
There was 5. I want to say there was 5. I think it was 5,000.
Oh, maybe I saw 5. It was probably 5,000 then, which is even more amazing. And the production value was, what's the comparison? Better than network television. The lighting, the sound, they had a warm-up DJ. Like, you felt like you were about to be watching, and you were watching a live event.
Oh, it was funny. Somebody said they wish it was a crappier day out, so more people were inside stuck inside to watch it. Well, we had a good turnout anyway of viewers and stuff. So
it was absolutely fantastic. I enjoyed it. I felt a little bit of energy coming through my computer to me, and I was glued to it. and you guys played really, really well. And what's nice is that the sound came through super well. And this is sort of the world we're living in right now. You went to a socially distanced bar. I know they took a lot of time to make it a safe environment for the musicians.
They did. They had the regular Sparry stage with our drummer on stage left and our guitar player on stage right, and then they extended the stage. So my bass player was 6 feet from my singer, and you just want to do it proper. You don't want to break any rules, but also want to, you just want they want to be safe and do it right.
Yeah, yeah, and it really came off like that. And this is the strange world we're all living in right now. You would normally go there and you would be next to each other and you'd be all sweating on top of each other. There'd be thousands of people watching. And so you are a working musician, and
Yep.
here you are. What are we? 35 days into social distancing and quarantining, more maybe.
For March 14th was our last gig.
So that's 45-ish, 50 days, 50-ish.
And I think they closed it down on the 16th or something like that, right? By my favorite holiday, St. Patrick's Day.
Right. One of mine too. I don't remember all of my St. Patty's days, but yeah. So in terms of making a living, I want to touch on this a little bit. I know there's a lot of musicians working. Is it points? And I know there's a Venmo way to get some money coming in. How are you making a living right now, or working toward it?
Well, I mean, so I was playing this place every other Thursday called the Blarney Station in East Rutherford. And after the first, I first did a live stream like a couple of days after everybody was just shut in the house. Right. And I didn't even have a Venmo account back then. I didn't know what it was. Right. I knew what it was, but I didn't have one. And then everybody's like, "What's your Venmo? What's your Venmo?" And I got one, and then I said, "If I'm going to do this," I said, so the place, the Blarney Station, Rutherford's a really special place. It's like a Cheers. Everybody that goes there knows everybody else, and it's like a big family. And the owner, Stephen Margie and Artie, they're great people. So I said to Stephen, I said, "Hey man," I said, I want to bring the Blarney to the people that do it. So can I broadcast live from your place when you're closed? He goes, "I think it's a great idea." And I might have to say I was one of the first people to do it, because it's such a special place and people can feel like they're at the Blarney, and I hope someday that you'll be able to get out and see what I'm talking about.
I would love to see you guys there.
Yeah. But point is, it was a way for me to, do a live stream in a familiar way to people. I mean, I've been playing it for, again, I got a lot of repeat offenders that come and see me and stuff. And it was just cool. So I put up my Venmo. So I'm basically making a living off of, doing tips, and I've got a couple of gigs scheduled, virtual gigs that are
interesting.
Yeah. It's a total, it's weird. It's weird, like not having contact, but I mean, at one point, my streaming show, I'll take phone calls. I'll hook my phone up into my PA. I figured out how to do that. And then I'll use like sound effects for applause or something, just something to be different or just, I guess not be bored myself.
Right. And what I found what was interesting in the wiring, at least in my brain. So when I watched some of the late night television, it seems so strange and lonely for me when I didn't hear a live studio audience. And now my brain is adjusted. So like I'll watch Trevor Noah and some of those other folks, and it no longer feels weird for me to listen to comedy or music for that matter without a live audience. It's become normal.
All right, I'll usually just applaud for myself after.
So nothing changed.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Right.
You're used to hearing, people saying you suck or you're good or whatever.
And we will slowly come out of it. I was listening last night, Bill Maher, and I like him because
I saw the post. I reposted it about his end thing about the immune system.
Yep. Yep.
That on my Facebook page. Funny you should say that. I don't agree with everything that Bill Maher says, and I'm not going to get my political views or anything else like. But he did make sense in that one monologue that he did, that end monologue that he did.
I agree with you. I think that he manages to offend everyone, you know, at times. I spent a New Year's Eve with him once when he did one of those New Year's Eve shoots with Jay Leno for a friend of a friend of a friend. I was sitting there in the middle of Times Square, Bill Maher, my buddy, and I, and roaring crowds all around us. And
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was very crazy.
Cool.
What's that?
Or was he a dick?
You know what? He was very good on the air.
Well said. Well played, sir.
Thank you. And I think he's very talented. And he was fine to me. I could say those things, which are all positive. He was very kind to me.
Oh, good.
And he was very good on the air. So I could say those things. And interestingly, he chain smoked all night, 20 some odd years ago.
Really?
Yep. And not the funny stuff, just cigarettes all night. I feel like we're ignoring a friend. You have a red friend in your arms that we were chatting about before we went live.
Yeah.
Wait, don't show the headstock yet.
Okay.
What do people think that is?
Everybody thinks it's a Paul Reed Smith.
And it looks like one.
The Hamer.
Yeah, look at that.
My buddy used to play for the Benjamins, Abel Ruiz, great, fantastic guitar player. And he brought this over to my house and he's like, play this thing. I'm like, holy shit, dude, this thing is great. And it's one of those guitars when you play, it's just, it was like made for me. Like I was comfortable right out of the gate just playing it. And I'm like, hey man, if you ever want to get rid of this, let me know, man, and I'll buy it from you. And you know, he wasn't jazzed about it. Like after a while, I guess it didn't really, it was just, wasn't for him. So he called me up. And then I said, absolutely. And I used this one a lot in Lifespeed. And I just recently had all my guitars like redone, the stuff that I, that have been sitting around and they needed fret jobs and stuff because you have time now. But yeah, it's a good guitar, man. I like it.
And you know what I like? The contour of the body. I would imagine it's pretty shiny now, but that thing must shine up real nicely. Just because as you go back and forth, I love the way the light catches the contours. And then I called it trim, but there's another word, banding, I think you said?
Binding.
Yeah, that little white there.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Yeah. It's good. It sounds good. It's like in between a single and even it's a humbucker. It's got that quality of a.
You'll hold it up a bit. Let me see what the pickup situation is.
What's that?
Oh, no, all right. So you got two humbuckers on there, but you could switch them to single.
No. But it's got that kind of. It's a humbucker. It's got that kind of twang. If you needed it.
It's cool. It's interesting. I could say this now. So Zoom's mics take a while to catch up. So like we were getting really great sound. But you can always hear that the tone of the guitar is great. But you'll hear when we do the playback, sometimes Zoom's processing gets a little overwhelmed.
I have to remember that. When I speak and then I play, I'll have to be like, okay, wait, I'm going to play now. And now talk.
That actually worked. That worked. And you know what else I did? I muted myself when you did it. We had a show last week and we had some real youngins on and they helped me figure this out. If we can mute everyone but the person performing, it helps a bit. Even body movement I think overwhelms the bandwidth, and that's probably not really the right word, but it feels, so if I'm moving and speaking, sometimes it might screw up the sound.
Phase thing, yeah.
Yeah, like that happened with you when you moved your hand. I lost your audio a little bit. But
Right.
it's our world now, right? For the time being.
Sucks.
It does. It does. Now let me talk about something else. I understand you have an endorsement now. Let's talk about that.
Ironbound cider. I have there on my Marshall amp. I have it here. It says Jersey takes care of its own. Right here, this little thing. Ironbound hard cider. They graciously sponsored me and my singer Sean from Lifespeed to promote their product during the pandemic, because we're doing a lot of online stuff, and you know, I've done some work for them before. Great company, Jersey-based company out of Asbury, New Jersey. Charles Rosen, the president, and his whole staff up there make a great product. I really actually do love it. I was drinking it last night. I drink it every Saturday night on my stream. It's really good. Really
That's
good.
great. That's great. And you know what? Liquor sales probably, well, I think liquor sales in bars are certainly suffering, but what we traditionally drink at home, I think, is doing okay, you know, within reason. I think people are drinking a little more at home than they used to.
They are. No, they are, because I mean, like I said, I'm sorry, I know we're all over the place and just talking. We're just BSing.
It's all good.
Yeah, right on. Like doing the live stream from the Blarney, I mean, I'm fortunate to have sometimes like this, as much as, you know, I'll look at the total views, and there's like 5,000 views or 3,500 views, and online there'll be 250 people and 130 people, and you know, it goes up and down, it fluctuates, but I forgot my fucking point.
Oh, we're talking about liquor sales at home.
Yeah. Thank you. So,
Sure.
you know, I'm drinking, and then I'll ask people to flash the emojis. If we're
Oh,
doing
right.
doing a social, I'll ask people what they're drinking, and they'll send me little emojis, little pictures of bourbon or beer, or you know, whatever. And I it's funny because today I was checking my my Facebook. Somebody's like, or yesterday I was checking my Facebook. It says, I got some Ironbound cider on your recommendation, which is kind of cool, you know.
That's really cool.
I mean, you know, I'm not gonna, you know, endorse something I don't like.
Right.
You know,
Right. Yeah.
have the opportunity.
Yeah, I mean,
And,
there's always other products if you didn't like it. And I'm guessing that that's Newark based from the Ironbound district. Is that sort of the story?
Yeah, they have a whole business model that's based in on Jersey and everything, and their farm is beautiful. It's out in Asbury, New Jersey, not Asbury Park. Asbury, out 78.
Oh, really?
Um,
I don't even know of that town.
yeah, right before Pennsylvania. It's in Asbury, New Jersey, and they do tours. They have a great tasting room, and you should really check it out. Well, I'll take you up there.
All right, I will go with you. It's a date. In 2021, we'll go up there. No, it should be sooner than that. I think we'll see how the experiments go now, but some states are starting to open up at least a little bit.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's funny. I'm staring at your amp, and all I can think of when I'm looking at Marshall is Marshall. Which, have you seen that go around social media?
Yeah, but this is a Mars, not a Marshall. This is a Mars Snell. If you look,
I was looking at that.
Look, the H got cut off.
I like that. That's very cool. But have you seen that little snippet that's going around social media where they have Marshall? It's like a Brady Bunch reference.
I have not.
I can't even look at a Marshall amp the same anymore. I think we've posted it a couple of times, but it just has three Marshalls on top of each other. Marshall. Now,
Cool.
I want to take a look because we're doing these shows relatively short compared to most. So we're actually, believe it or not, we've already been going almost a half hour. You have this really cool guitar with the with that Fender Squire neck.
Oh yeah. Hold on.
That's a cool one.
Yeah. So this one.
I love that. That is super cool.
This one is so this is an American body, and
Right.
it was on a table in this guy's house, and it was used as an ashtray. And my buddy J3, who's a fucking tremendous guitar player, songwriter,
We don't
singer.
fucking curse on this show, okay? We don't fucking curse ever.
All right. But he's fucking tremendous. And I played in a band with him. I played bass for him in a band called Section 8. He's now the front of house for the Struts band. And they've been opening for the Who and Foo Fighters and stuff, and they're a great band too. He had taken this, and he had this is a Japanese Squire neck from the 90s, and it's just awesome, and sort of modeled it after Eddie Van Halen's Frankenstein, where he drilled the pickup right into the wood, and it's just sounds really fucking. It's a really cool sounding guitar, very, very unique sounding. I used it a lot when I was playing in a band. Sorry, I had to wait for the sound to catch up. I said I used this guitar in a band when I played a band called Three Piece, and he was the singer, bass player, and my drummer T from Lifespeed was a drummer, and this was my main act for a while.
I love the look of that, and I would imagine you pretty much have infinite sustain on something like that.
It's definitely a unique guitar. It's been with me for years. I just had a fret job on it. I couldn't let it die. Some of the other ones I have over here is my 78 Les Paul.
Oh, that's a nice looking guitar too.
There's one I used a lot in Lifespeed, and then one night we had a ski trip up in New York somewhere when bands used to do ski trips, and fans would come and take a bus ride up and go skiing, but nobody skied. Everybody just drank in a hotel.
Right.
And one night it was real late. Both buses got lost or something. I mean, these are professional fucking bus drivers, man. And you got lost going to your destination. Fuck off. But 1 o'clock in the morning comes around. My drummer T's like, "Hey, man, there's a lot of people that are angry. We should play." So we're in this big ballroom, and I see my guys on top of a table. They're all on top of the tables playing, each one, and we're wireless. I'm like, "I'll try that. I'll get up there." I get up there. It's the last song of the night. I think we're doing Disturbed or something. And I went to jump off the table, but as I went to jump off, the table collapsed, and I fell straight down to it and cracked the headstock.
Oh no!
It was a mess.
How were you?
I was a mess. I was a puddle of mud. It was terrible. It was terrible. The guitar's in my hotel room. It's just mangled, and I had my buddy Joe Gita from Sarita Sounds, or I forget who it was. They fixed it up for me. So it's a very dark sounding guitar. It's very heavy. It's mahogany.
The good looking guitar. What's the deal with the pickups? I see there at least one is not original.
Yeah, it's I have JBs, Jeff Beck's and all mine. The JBs, Seymour Duncan JBs. I love them. It works for me.
Very cool.
Not in all of them, but majority of them. This is the one. This one I've been using for mostly speed. This is the one I played with RA. It's a Schecter, the Pete Townsend Gold Top.
Well, I'm a Who fanatic and I'm a Pete fanatic, so I'm partial to that thing. That's a nice looking guitar.
So it's kind of cool because it's got the humbucker thing, but it's got a tap coil, so you can just pull it out and split the pickups here to go single coil.
Oh, nice.
So it's got a lot of different little, put it back in for that more of a crunchier thing. I like it.
That's a nice. I think that's my favorite of the ones you've shown us. It looks You know what I like? It does a lot, but it looks simple.
Yeah,
And it's got a nice, clean look.
yeah, it's cool. It's for $400 back in whenever it was. It's bang for the buck.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
And we have this one. This is one I went into Guitar Center. I never really buy guitars from Guitar Center, not because I don't want what they have, but they just, you know, whatever, for whatever reason. But this
You
is
buy from smaller venues is my
this is
best. Look at that. I love that.
relic. It's got Layler pickups in it. It sounds really, really fucking good. I went in for a pack of strings and came out with an $2,000 guitar. Plays good. It's cool look. It looks good, I think.
That's very cool. By the way, that one was our sound stayed pretty intact when you played on that one just now.
Oh, is that right? Yeah. Maybe it's a volume thing. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's cool. Yeah. It's cool. And put the cigarette stain in there.
Oh, nice.
And then the neck on the back is unfinished.
Oh, look at that. That's just now. Was that like a shtick kind of thing, or is that real? Was it really worn out?
No, it's relic, meaning that it's designed to look aged.
Gotcha. Right. Right. Well, you're aging it yourself, which is good.
Yeah.
It'll age on your watch.
I'm getting old.
Yeah.
And then, I got this other one. One last one here.
All right.
It's believe it or not, it's a Mexican Strat, but it's the Wayne's World Strat. If you could see, there's Wayne's World.
Oh, that's so cool. And you got a 4-bolt neck. That's cool.
Yeah, but it's actually, it plays great. It plays phenomenal. I just changed the inside pickups, and yeah, it's all good.
You know, I always felt like with Strats, it's not always as much about the model as just whatever one you pick up within the model line.
Right.
You know,
Well, it's definitely, it's definitely your type of wood too. That's got a lot to do with it.
Yeah, I had just a nondescript 78 Strat for a long time, and people would tell me it was the best they ever played.
Really?
And there was nothing objectively special about it, but it was just the fastest Strat I ever had, or even played for that matter. But I think it just depends.
Right. Yeah. I mean, depends. You could have a guy who made it on a good day or a guy who made it on a bad day.
Right. Yeah. Right. And you could have a tree who was having a good day when it got cut down, or a tree that was having a bad day when it got cut down.
True.
Yeah.
True.
So let me say this as we sort of wrap up a bit here. So what do you have going on next during COVID as opposed to post-COVID?
So I'll still be doing my live streams. And it's acoustic guitar based, I don't really play electric when I do that thing. And basically what I do is I ask people what they want to hear. I do, some singing, and I ask them, I'm trying to do themes now, like I did One Hit Wonders, and I did 80s at 8, 90s at 9. Last night I did a 70s show. I might do this one. I might not do like a double play Saturday where 2 songs of an artist or songs with the word dance in them. And it's cool because like I'll take a poll on social media as to what people want to hear, and then they'll answer me, and then that'll be on Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday I got 2 days to learn these different songs or put it together, and it sort of keeps you on your toes.
Right. Yeah.
I gotta say the one best thing about the one best thing that come out, I've found a lot of great people that are playing, that are live streaming, that are really, really goddamn good.
That's what I'm seeing too. Just what do we do all day? We pull this thing out, and we're doing like this and looking around, and yet I'll see these people I've never heard of. Thanks to Scott Guitar Assist Engel, our Guitar Tales page, we have just a zillion people following, and we're friends with all sorts of people. So I'll look and I'll meet with air quotes, these guitar players and singers who are fantastic, and not just from this country, even, from all over the world. So,
yeah.
Where do we find you now? So that's the thing. So James McGill, MC, capital Gill, right?
Sir, you can go to either friend me on the Facebook, which is James McGill, or you can go to my McGill and Co. page, McGill and Company, on Facebook, and then it's Hoboken James on Instagram, and then McGillandCompany.com will be McGillandCo.com will be up soon. I have it all being done now, so
Perfect. Perfect. You know what's interesting? When I started this little project here, I thought, oh, a website is so important. The website doesn't matter at all. It's social media, but not websites. And
funny that you say that, man, because I thought the same thing. But for the websites, for the music, corporate people or people who are booking corporate stuff, they want to see your website.
That's interesting. I didn't know that. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, you're glitchy there for a minute. Some of the social media stuff is for the people, they go and see your shows and their friends and fans and stuff. But there's also that corporate client that wants to see that you're a real entity.
Oh, that makes sense.
So that's why and it's good to have it too. We want to be in all avenues of, the business. So why not?
No, it's true. Well, I got to tell you, it's been a pleasure having you on. We are going to get you in the studio if you'd like, where we'll actually do like a real 3-camera HD shoot. We'll hear you better.
Great, that'd be great. It'd be fun. There's so many good people out there that play that that I admire. I'm just so thankful that you actually had me on. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, I'm thrilled to have had you on. It's been a pleasure. So with that, we'll sign off now. Please stay tuned for more shows and Guitar Tales. Check out James McGill. When we spread them around on Facebook and Instagram and all that, you'll get to see a lot more of them. But have a great night. Thank you very much.